Stallion inspection. Which bit when driving or in hand? But first, teeth. The horse receives calming before we treat the teeth. It's less stress and better safety for all. The veterinarian does the teeth every 6 months until the horse is 5 years old. When we choose to put a bit in the horse's mouth, we must make sure it's no problems in there. We're looking for sharp tooth points, loose teeth, wolf teeth and caries. The horse's teeth grows continuously, and the chewing surfaces often wear unevenly, causing sharp points that bothers the horse. This is a fairly common 3-year-old mouth. Let's have a look inside. No big problems in here. We want to know that the mouth and the teeth are good before we put a bit in the mouth, making sure the horse has no teeth that bothers him. So what kind of bit is good for what kind of purpose? What's suitable for a young horse in all situations? And when to use other bits and other nose bands. Many situations can arise and therefore many needs.
Today I'm going to present the challenge of the day. Because when we get to this stallion inspection, I sort of expect the horse to be a lot stronger than he is now. He's really sensitive in the mouth. So when I drive dressage or whatever, he's very sensitive. But when he gets very inspired, he gets very strong. So for safety reasons, I feel we need to make him get used to some kind of a stronger bit, so I can handle it if he gets really strong. So that's the challenge for now. We're trying out different bits. I prefer to drive him on only a loose ring snaffle and a drop nose band, but we have to try out different things, so I can be in charge even if he gets really strong, because I'm not that strong.
For me, the best young horse bridle is a loose ring snaffle and a drop nose band. When using one of those bigger driving bits like Liverpool's or butterfly bit, in a show, the bridle should have a nose band that's attached to the cheek piece of the bridle. The nose band stabilizes the slightly larger and heavier driving bit if it's attached to the cheek pieces. Like every other nose band, this nose band should be loose enough so the horse can chew and swallow and be comfortable to wear. The chin chain should touch the horse's lower jaw only when the bit is rotated to 45 degrees. The rein can be attached high on the cheek piece, which results in a milder action, and the rein can be attached lower on the cheek piece, resulting in a stronger action. It is the hand that holds the rein that determines how strongly the bit affects. But it is also true that different horses thrive with different bits. I want to find out what he thrives best with.
If we have a bit that's too sharp or too strong for the horse, he's going to be afraid of his mouth and go behind the vertical like this. And then my steering wheel is going to be loose and I'm going to lose control. That's why I need a bit that's strong enough to let me stay in control if he gets really excited. And we need a bit that's soft enough and fits his mouth and his temper, so he can trust the bit whatever happens. So that's why we're trying out different bits. It's not all kinds of bits that's allowed to drive with on this stallion inspection, but regular snaffle is allowed, a full cheek snaffle is allowed, a Kimble wick is allowed, and a few other driving bits. I'll show you that. But today we do have a regular Kimble wick.
We're driving around the local area and we're trying out different bits in different situations. And I'm very happy with the way he develops as a driving horse.
Very good.
This is Gråtullens baby brother, Tidemann. He's 2 weeks old here. And here is Tullen, the sire of Gråtullen and little Tidemann. He seems to like the Kimble wick best. or best of the driving bits. So I'll probably use this when I drive in new locations, to have some extra for safety reasons if needed, compared to a snaffle. The loose ring snaffle is still our favorite. And here you see our show bridle, here with a full cheek snaffle and a star on top. This is a traditional show bridle for fjord horses. The full cheek snaffle enhances control over the direction of the horse's head and increases my control during handling. Once I was at the Nordic Championship in driving in Denmark, and I had a bridle adorned with a traditional star. I was told that it was only allowed to drive with one if you were noble. So the steward discreetly asked me if I was common or noble. I repeated jokingly that I was common and that we didn't have such a regulation in Norway, and I apologized if I had broken a rule. I really wasn't aware that we had to be noble to have a star on the bridle. The man discreetly replied, "It's okay. It's probably the same in Norway as on Bornholm. There is no nobility there, right?" Well, we do have a nobility in Norway, but I'm not one of those. I'm sorry. I'm just a common person. Like everything else, we also practice showing the horse from the ground. We always start training inside, making sure the horse stands properly on all four legs, and we practice walking and trotting in hand, turning around. And we practice in company with other horses, like here in company with a young colt. Then we do the same, we practice outside, changing environment to see if the behavior changes. Here you see I have long show reins on. These are extra long and with a chain on one end. This is to have long enough reins if the stallion rears up. Stallions have a tendency to exhibit a behavior when their hormones are active, and this is often triggered by the presence of other stallions. This guy is super kind at home, but I notice that he is starting to become more and more stallion-like, and we are heading into an exciting time. So this is Gråtullen, and he's 3 years old. And as always, it's much more fun to train together with someone, both for the horses and for people. This is Vågeprinsen, and he is 2 years old. As you can see, it's wise to train a bit more, and it's not meant to canter here. So I guess we'll do it again, and again. We also practice harnessing the carriage in front of other horses. I want him to be able to stand still. I'm hoping I have chosen the right bits for him now, with a Kimballwick for the driving test, with the reins on the big ring, and a full cheek snaffle for the showing in hand. It's 2 weeks left to the stallion inspection, and we'll spend the days training, practicing all kinds of stuff, like behaving well in the cart next to a mare and her foal, or next to other horses. We're driving through deep mud, and we're making halt downhill, uphill, we're getting used to cars. It's so much to learn, and we're enjoying our friends and the view from home. Thank you guys for watching.